Welcome back, dear viewers. And as we said earlier, that President Fattah al-Sisi was awarded an honorary doctorate from the University of Belgrade early on the day, one of the most important educational institutions in Serbia, and shed more light on the importance of this issue. We are joined over the phone by Professor Dr. Hassan Waguih, Professor of International Relations at Al-Azhar University. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
So, sir, what is the significance of granting President Fattah al-Sisi an honorary doctorate degree?
Actually, this is honoring of Egypt's role, Egypt's
Yes.
president, and even cherishing the historic relationship, the long-standing historic relationship between Egypt and Serbia, which was former Yugoslavia. And of course, this is very good to have such honorary degree for the president, and we consider it for the Egyptian president and the Egyptian people as well.
Yes. So, sir, Belgrade University officials praised the president's efforts to develop Egyptian education. How do you view this?
Actually, it is very important to have this connection with all higher educational institutions in the world, and I think that Egypt is very keen to have this twin relationship between all advanced universities in the world. Egypt is a rural country, and education could not be separated from the policies and politics of stability, of environment, in all fields, IT. So I think that the universities are the place where it pushes the whole societies towards development and achieving much more better future. So I think education is extremely important in any country's policy that needs to advance its interest and its position in the world.
Sir, also the university's board of members praised deep structural reforms launched at the national level in the economic and social fields in Egypt. What's your take on this?
Yes, actually, the president of Serbia really made extremely important statements, which shows an outsider perception of what Egypt has already achieved, which is very good. To have such a vision, and I think that there is a great deal of memorandum of understanding were signed because of that, because of the role of Egypt. Egypt is playing an important role in all fields now, and the president is keen to seek ways to enhance economic ties, especially during this global crisis. Egypt and Serbia is having a common vision of regional as well as international crises. And I think this is the time also that the president is keen to visit. He visited Germany and he visited Belgrade, and other countries still on the list, because these moves are very important to enhance Egypt's role and also to prepare the world for fighting environmental hazards. You have seen how hazardous is the environment now. You have seen many fires all over the world. So I think that it needs a united stance with all countries that share the same vision of responsibility for the entire planet. And also, when you are having this kind of good relationship with Serbia and other countries, I think this is a step to help to be a mediating force to stop the war and to stop exacerbating of the conflict on the international arena, and to deal with the instability in the current instability in the international order. And I think these are very good moves to be conducted.
Yes. President Fattah al-Sisi also delivered an important speech at the University of Belgrade on Thursday. What are the main topics of this speech?
Actually, the main topics is about the determinants of the Egyptian foreign policy.
Yes.
Fighting terrorism, enhancing stability in the world, advancing cooperation, increasing the sources of energy, increasing the level of cooperation in the IT level, technological level, I mean. I think the whole world should go along this and should accept these determinants of the Egyptian politics. And this is what the president tried to demonstrate and expose others to what is happening in Egypt.
So, sir, also, what steps did both countries agree on to face the current global economic repercussions resulting from the Russian-Ukrainian war and coronavirus pandemic?
Yes, actually, the two leaders talked about these issues extensively, and even with details. They talked about, even when it comes to the regional crises, they talked about what's happening in Yemen, in Iraq, in Palestine, in all these Libya, in the Mediterranean, which is very important to safeguard the energy sources in the Mediterranean. So I think, and also they were seeking to solve a very pressing and emerging problem of food security all over the world.
Yes, and water scarcity, yes. Food security, yes. And water scarcity as well, yes.
Yes, of course, when it comes to water scarcity, Egypt's role and the Egypt stance is very clear, especially when it comes to agreement on international rivers. Egypt needs to secure its own share of water, and also to provide a great deal of help and win-win situation when it comes to water management. And I think that when it comes to Africa, it is very rich with water, and if we have good management, but we need also the help of European countries, countries like Serbia and other European Union countries, and also all parties of the world. And Egypt's stance has been very clear from the very beginning, insisting on dealing with the dispute on a win-win solution, and according to the many international agreements and international legitimacy. So I think that was clear in the president's visit to Serbia too.
Yes. Finally, I'd like to thank you, Professor Dr. Hassan Waguih, Professor of International Relations at Al-Azhar University. Thank you for being with us.